Today I'm going to talk to you about what I've learned about installing an outlet. Some of these tips that I'm going to give you are a bit controversial because people have different opinions about different things and different methods. I'm going to just share with you the things that I've learned and how you can change your outlet safely. So these are the basic tools that you're going to need. Obviously you need a screwdriver. This one is a flathead. You also will need a Phillips head. This is what I use to check if the outlet had electricity to it, if it was wired correctly, because the lights on here tell you if there's an issue with the wiring. You also need some pliers with a wire cutter so that you can bend the wires and cut them when you put them in the outlet. And then this little tool here is going to help you verify whether the power to your outlet is completely off or not. I also forgot to mention, these are spacers that you may end up using. I will show you how I used them on this outlet. I ended up using spacers above and below so that it could be flush and not look wonky.
First thing we're gonna do is cut the electric to those outlets. This is the outlet we're changing, and sadly I did not record myself using the outlet tester, but this is a voltage pen which I used to verify there were no more live wires. I'm actually upgrading this outlet to one with USB ports as well, and the process is the same as a regular outlet, except in a bathroom you need to look out for a GFCI outlet. That's a whole different process, and for safety reasons you should only replace a GFCI with a GFCI. This outlet is not GFCI, so it's a straightforward upgrade. Loosen the two screws holding the outlet to the box and pull out the outlet. Just FYI, the wires are pretty stiff, they don't bend easily, so you may have to wiggle the outlet a bit until you can pull them out far enough to loosen the outlet part. Also be careful that you don't pull off wall paint or large chunks of drywall. You don't want extra DIYs. Loosen the screws from the outlet to remove the wires. There's usually 3 or 5 screws. You gotta loosen them all. I loosen and remove the wires by section. Since this outlet is in a corner, I gently twisted the outlet to be able to get to all the screws. Just a heads up for you, the screws may be very tight. Take your time, and if you can't get the screw loose, you can try a flathead, or you can also just cut the wire. There's no particular order this has to be done in. As long as the electricity has been turned off, you're good. Like I mentioned before, these wires can be pretty stiff. You may need to bend the wires a bit to remove them. Cutting them is also an option, but that also depends on how much wire you have to work with. Now, if you're upgrading your outlet, keep in mind these USB ones are thicker than a simple outlet. Now let's talk about the 3 main ways to wire an outlet. The gold standard when wiring an outlet is using a shepherd's hook. This here is using the shepherd's hook method. You strip the wire, bend it into a hook, and wrap it clockwise around the screw. You tighten the screw down until it's snug, and you're done. With this method, you do need to be careful that you don't leave too much of the wire exposed past the screw. And you also want to make sure that the wire is pushed under the screw as much as possible. Too much exposed wire can cause issues later. Always double check your work and go back to fix any mistakes. This method takes a little more time, but in the end, it's worth it.
Some outlets like this one have the option for speed wiring. What speed wiring means is you see these little holes that are right here. You can actually take the wire and just stick it in there, and that is going to clamp your wire, but that is actually not the safest method when you are changing out your outlets.
The backplate method, which is what I used for this outlet, requires you to strip the wire, push it into a back hole, then tighten a screw that clamps down on the wire. So you're combining the speed of pushing with the security of a screw terminal. If you're gonna go from a shepherd's hook to a backplate method, it's gonna be easier for you if you start with fresh wire. Cut off all the bent parts off of all the wires and then push them into the backplate before you screw down the plate. Here's an easy way I remember which wires go where. Black to brass, white to light, and brown to ground. Every outlet has brass screws, silver screws, and then your green ground screw. I have heard others use different mnemonics, but at the end of the day, if you can't remember the basics, don't forget we all have access to Google. Unless you're taking a test of some sort, it's not illegal to get a little help or a little refresher from the internet or even on YouTube when it comes to things like this. When you go to put the outlet back into the box, remember these wires can be really stiff, so take your time. For me in particular, this outlet box was also a little deeper than I wanted, and this is where I use those plastic spacers to help push the outlet out a bit so that it wouldn't sit too deep in the box. What I like about these spacers is that you can adjust how many you put on there. So the top of my outlet was a little deeper than the bottom, so I used one more spacer on top compared to the bottom. These are actually really easy to use. You kind of just fold them down and they snap into place. And last but not least, I bought these outlet covers that that are screwless. They're not that much more expensive than a basic outlet cover, and I love the clean look. They're easy to install, and that pretty much sums up how to do this task.
Those are the basic things that I wanted to share with you about what I've learned about changing an outlet. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I love helping y'all out if you guys have any questions about anything. And as always, I will link all the products that I used down in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and happy DIYing.